Hey everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is your March predictions. Okay, so we're gonna see what you need to know about your March, what's coming up for you guys for this upcoming month. Yeah, there's a lot going on. We have the new moon coming up, and then we have a bunch of eclipse. Or we have at least, I thought we had two, but I could be wrong. But there is eclipse season coming up as well. So there's a lot going on in March. And just the start of spring, you know, it's a big transitionary month. So with that being said, we're gonna pick your piles now, and we're gonna do our number picking, okay? So I'll introduce each pile. And then I have numbers. I'll pick from 1 to 12. Okay, if you don't prefer this type of, you know, maybe visualization of the pile picking, you can also pick a number from 1 to 12. Okay, so it could be your favorite number. It could be your birth month, your birth date. Could also be your life path number. If it is, you can have 12 as representing 22, okay? So, with that being said, we're gonna get right into it here. Pile number 1 is the Pastoral Tarot, okay, and the Rhodonite. And we are gonna pick 3 numbers for each pile today. So pile number 1 is 7. 5 and 4. 7, 5, and 4 for pile number 1. Okay, pile number 2, we actually have an oracle deck, the Chakra oracle, and we have the amethyst. And the 3 numbers for pile number 2 are 6, 1. Sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Oops. And 12. 6, 1, and 12 for pile number 2. Okay. Put that back in there. Pile number 3, we have the Osho Tarot and the hematite, and oops, sorry, that's a 9. 9, we already have a 6, 10, 3, oh, 9, 10, and 3, yeah. That's all of our numbers. So pile 3, we have 9, 10, and 3. Yeah, for 3. And pile number 4, we have the Matchbox Tarot, my deck, and the Howlite. And last 3 numbers, 2, 11, and 8. Okay, pile number 4, 2, 11, and 8. All right. So, with that being said, guys, I'll give you guys a few moments to meditate if you need it, and I will see you in your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your March predictions. What you need to know about your March. All right, let's get right into it, guys. You guys have the Rhodonite. Put it right here. And you chose 7, 5, and 4, if you chose by number. And the Pastoral Tarot. This is the deck that we are going to start with today for you guys. Okay, what does pile number 1 need to know about their March? And we're just doing like an overall big picture, but we're gonna get detail in the big picture as well. So we have the Hierophant, and we have the 7 of Wands. Someone with a signed up, standing up for their rights. We have a teacher in front of their classroom. Makes me think that you're leading some kind of group. You're going to be the voice of something, or the head of, this makes me think of like you're starting a union, or even like this could be, let's say you are a teacher and you get your class together and, you know, you begin a cleanup project in the city you're in or the town you're in. And it almost makes me feel like you're a voice of the people, or you're going to be stepping up in some way to maybe represent a group of people because of what you know, the knowledge you carry, the wisdom that you hold. People are going to be entrusting you. I'm almost getting, she's holding keys, right? The keys, almost like keys to the city, like that kind of person where it's like, it's honored. You're being honored in a way where they're like, we want you to be the head of this, or represent us, or step up in this way to kind of help us. And maybe it's just people trusting you to lead something, or guide a certain project. Yeah, but you're being trusted with something because of what you've learned, or the experiences that you've had are going to be very useful, helpful in order to help out a certain group of people. This could even be like you're a lawyer, you're going to represent somebody. Yeah. Let's see, let's get more information. Yeah, it's like you've had a certain experience that people are like, you're the person we want to help represent us. You're a voice of the people. You have the Moon. Sorry, I'll show that to you. The Moon. What about the Moon? Page of Wands. I see. So at first you're like, I don't know. Like, are you sure? Like, I don't know much about this. Like, it's kind of unknown territory for you. But I see you accepting it anyway. You're kind of accepting the challenge, going out on this new adventure of like, okay, I don't really know, you know, I might not know what I'm doing, or this might be kind of new for me, but you end up getting in the swing of it really quickly. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. I feel like it brings you out of some like boredom, or it's like you didn't know you were preparing for this. It's like you've been working on certain things, or you've been, you know, toiling at certain things. You've been learning, you've been growing, you've been living and doing your thing. Unbeknownst to you, there's like this thing that comes in and they're like, hey, we want you for this. You would be a great advocate for this, or voice for this brand. Yeah, or like, you should put your videos on YouTube, or you should put all of your work and digitize it and put it up on this website. It's something like that, where it's like there's like some kind of culmination of what you've done all of these years. You've been doing something, working on something, collecting all of this data or knowledge, experiences, And you're not really, it's like, I don't even know if you had a plan for it or you even knew what you were doing. Like, not like you didn't know what you were doing, but you didn't, it was just, you were just doing and living and being and things that interested you or whatever. This could even be like you're really good at gardening and you just did it to grow your own vegetables. But then someone comes over and they're like, oh my gosh, like you've done that. Can you teach me? Can you like videotape yourself, you know, putting in the fertilizer or write all your steps down, and then it ends up being turned into a book. Okay. It's like you have some kind of key that's useful for other people, that's going to be useful. And you're going to turn these things, these years, this work that you've been doing into something new. And it presents itself and you're like, what? Like, I don't know anything about that. I'm not tech savvy at all. I don't know how to write. I'm not a writer. I don't speak, you know, like that seems intimidating to me. But you end up doing it and you end up finding this new path for yourself that's like super exciting and beautiful. And it's new and it's like fun and it really piques your interest and it's exciting. And you really enjoy the path there. You really enjoy doing this and it becomes like a new passion of yours. And it's able to use all of this time and effort and things that you've been working on and doing and actually in creating something new with it and doing something new and exciting with it. And it becomes this new passion. So that's really, really neat. I love this. And you're like, you become this like master. You become this teacher, this guide to people. And you didn't realize that you were. Maybe you are a teacher and they're like, put your lectures online. And then it just becomes this other thing. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know this would even be interesting to people. Right? We have the Grail Knight, Blaze of Glory, Trickery, Danger, Failure, Honor, Courage. And Queen of Birds, dull outlook, austerity, piety, knowledge. Yes, you carry some knowledge or wisdom, okay, that is going to need, you're going to need courage because we have the moon here. You're going to have to take on a new venture or a new area of life or of something totally unknown to you, perhaps, okay. It's gonna take courage, but you have the Holy Grail in your hands. You have something of great value, okay? Through your own wisdom, through something that you've learned. Maybe you don't even know about this yet. A lot of you don't, okay? A lot of you don't. Maybe you're just doing something and then someone's like, that's super valuable. We need your help, or you should do it in this manner. And you're like, what? Like, are you sure? You know, me or... you know, this is useful to people. It's like, yeah, you have a almost like dull outlook on something that you do. You don't realize that you're sitting on a gold mine or that you have this like access to this Holy Grail that most people would be like so excited or so like feel so blessed to be able to like listen to you or find out about what you know or just watch you or whatever this is. You're holding something that is of great value that I don't even know you know that you are. Okay. But it's like there's going to be this opportunity in which you get to actually showcase this in a new way or in a different manner that you didn't expect. And it leads you down this new, beautiful, exciting path, adventure, and success. And it just feels so good. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know I was this, you know, this person that everyone looked up to and or wanted to hear from or whatever, right? It's really neat. At the bottom, we have the Empress, the Virgin Mother, motherhood, caring, compassion, divine feminine. This is us, you know, coming into our teacher phase, basically, our nurturing phase, where we have people looking up to us for what we've learned and done. And we get to like maybe nurture young minds or people who are not as experienced in this certain way, right? It reminds me a lot of, yeah, like gardening videos. Like there's a lot of people doing more off-grid type things. And maybe that's just how you lived your life, right? You didn't think yeah, it reminds me of, I watch these videos and I don't remember the exact name of the channel, but it's this couple in Azerbaijan, and I'm sure there's a million more now. I think there is. But the original one was this couple in Azerbaijan, and their son, who's like, he was a photographer, filmmaker, or he just had a camera, I don't know. He started recording them just living their everyday lives, and it's so beautiful. And it blew up, and it's so successful to the point where everyone's copying it now. People want to see what we just do in the village, and like we grow food and then we make it into these amazing meals, or, you know, we can and jar things, right? It's like something that to you was just like part of your day-to-day life, or just something regular to you. And you end up doing it in this new creative way you didn't know people wanted. And it makes you really abundant, and it makes you more into your fullness of self. It really allows you to shine and know yourself in this new way, which is really cool and exciting. And you see yourself as this guide or this teacher, right? This nurturer of young minds, or just people who are a little more inexperienced in this certain type of way than you, and you kind of help guide and teach. Really cool. Okay, so we have friendship, support, fun, unity, play. Excuse me. Yeah, there's so much support here for you. And I think it's going to bring you into all of these new connections, whether it's just people learning from you or connecting with you, wanting to learn from you, or maybe it's just like you get part of this community of like minds, right? Of other knitters or other people who do this very niche thing, right? That you've been doing, right? For many, maybe years. And it's like you get put into this community, and very quickly you realize, you know, how good you are at it, or how much you have to teach, or the knowledge you have to give. And it really puts you into your place with the people that you really connect with. And so you make really lifelong connections. So I think this is beginning for you to really get into a very fun, especially with the Page of Wands, a very fun time in your life with the really positive new connections that feel really good. You feel like you can play again, like life's really exciting now. I get to play in this new way with these new people who are really cool and interesting and interested in the same things as me. Yeah, really neat. Okay, wait, there's another one in here. There's two more. Okay, setting boundaries, threshold protection, honor, and sacred gratitude, reverent appreciation, and prayer. Okay. Yeah. So I see she has power in her hands, and then she's putting it into this tree. It's something you hold. And so they basically want to, it's a bit of advice as well here. It's like, you know, while you're doing these things, don't overexert yourself. You don't need to help every single person in every single situation. Okay, hold your boundaries, you know when it's time to say no, know when, you know, you need to rest and chill out. Okay. But yeah, you have a great honor that you hold, and you will be honored and greatly appreciated for what you do. But I'm also getting, there needs to be this, like, it's the more gratitude you hold for yourself and what you do, and give gratitude back to the universe, to God, right? The more you're going to get back, right? So yeah, you are going to receive a lot of gratitude from people. And it's going to attract a lot of friendships into you, a really great community. But it's just important to, you know, keep your boundaries up, keep protecting yourself. And that, don't worry, you will be protected in this, but keep, you know, firm boundaries, because maybe you blow up, but there's a lot of people who want to come in, or a lot of people want to talk to you, right? And you can't help everybody, or you can't talk to everybody. So you got to keep up strict boundaries. Yeah, and you're going to receive a lot of gratitude and appreciation. So just remember to give back, but also keep your appreciation. I mean, keep your boundaries to protect yourself and your energy, so that this can be an equal exchange and, you know, as flowing as possible. Okay, I'm actually just gonna grab this deck here. You have the Seven of Wands with stress. That's why the boundaries. Okay, don't do too many things at once. Don't overload yourself with work and stress yourself out. Don't try to do too many things. Okay, keep yourself peaceful and balanced. We have the King of Wands at the Creator. Three of Wands with experiencing. Six of Swords with the burden. And we have the Queen of Wands with sharing. Yeah, so basically this is you coming into this mastery position where you're sharing your gifts, your knowledge, your wisdom, how you do something, because you are masterful at it, you are a creator. Okay, and there's this new experience coming in that you're gonna love. So they're just telling you, don't overdo it, because it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be maybe a lot new connections coming in, or a lot of opportunities being thrown your way. And they're saying, don't take them all on at once. Manage your time, manage your energy wisely. Okay, can't help everyone, can't do it all. All right, you have to keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it balanced, okay? And because with the Six of Swords here, with the burden, people could take advantage of you and of what you do, or the amount that they see you can handle, okay? And they're gonna try and take advantage of that, or they're gonna try and steer you in a certain direction. So that's why the boundaries are here, okay? Make sure that you're getting an equal energy exchange within the relationships, or within the projects, or the jobs that you're doing, okay? That it's not you taking on way too much, which causes stress, okay? Because you have such a wealth of information, or such a bountiful skill set, okay? And you want to share, and you want to do, and you want to put it out, right? And you want to help, which are all beautiful things. And you are going to love this experience. It's going to bring you so much joy and appreciation and connection, and sense of purpose and self, right? It's going to put you in the depth of your own energy, and just really shine, really show yourself, you know, to the world, or in this certain way. But then there are going to be people who want to take advantage of that. Use your energy, or your skills, or your talents for their own gain, let's say, or they'll just take advantage of your time, okay? And that'll leave you feeling depleted, okay? So just don't take on too much. Stay balanced, stay calm, stay in your own energy. Learn to say no, right? When you're not feeling it, when you're not feeling the fullness of energy yourself. Yeah, don't force it. Don't push yourself too much, okay? And if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay, so you have Numite with strength. I am strong in body, mind, and spirit. Yes, stay strong. Protect yourself, protect your energy. I think the hardest thing for you going forward is to learn when to say no, or I'm too booked. I've got too much on my plate. I can't take on another project. I can't help you. I'm sorry. I think that's gonna take the most strength out of you. Okay. learning to say, no, I can't, I'm sorry, or not right now, you know. Okay, we're gonna get you guys one last message here. Okay, so these are just images. So we have like a person meditating in it's like a mountainous valley. And we have person carrying, I mean, it looks like gold bars, but something heavy on their back. And then we have this lady leading, you know, a bunch of kids. We did see that imagery before. Yeah. So, okay, this one fell out. This is also like a grandma with their little child and offering some kind of food or gifts. So yeah, again, we see this message of, you know, staying centered, staying calm, you know, maybe knowing that I have this like really cool adventure ahead of me, or I have all of these really beautiful things that I'm involved in, or that I want to begin or start and do. And I see this vast, you know, possibilities in front of me. And so, but they just want you to stay centered. Know that you will get to that mountain when you cross it. Right? Don't jump ahead. Don't try to take on too much, because it'll get really heavy really quickly. Okay, stay light. Stay in that fun, you know, light page of wands, fiery, childlike, because you are going to be leading a lot of people or young minds. And to just stay balanced so that you can do that in the most fun and yeah, most enjoyable way for yourself and for the people who look to you for guidance or help or advice or whatever this is that you're able to offer or putting out there. Okay, you want this to be enjoyable for yourself and for them. And so don't take on too much where it feels too heavy and then you lose that kind of fun, lightness. Keep it fun, exciting, you know, make sure you're having fun first and foremost, so that you can offer and share your gifts to the highest and best possibility. And yeah, keeping it a really beautiful outcome for yourself. Okay. So those are your messages today, Pile 1, and I hope these were helpful for you in your March. And I don't know if you know anything about this yet. Let me know. A lot of you might not. Okay, it might come in as a bit of a surprise. Okay, but yeah, let me know if you have any idea what this is. I'd love to hear from you guys. And yeah, if you did enjoy this reading, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me or an energy healing with me down in the description box on my website. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, Pile 1. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your March predictions. This is what you need to know about your March ahead, your upcoming month. All right, so we're going to get right into it here. You guys chose the Chakra Oracle and the numbers 1, 6, and 12, along with the amethyst. Okay, we're going to start with this deck for you guys. And then see where Spirit wants to lead us. No two piles are alike with the same decks. Okay, so we have service. Are we gonna get more? Yes, we are. We have expansion. Okay, and another one. Self-worth. Okay. feel it's time for you almost. It's like you're coming in March to a new sense of purposefulness within what you do. So within your service, however it is that manifests for you. Okay. You see this woman, she has the earth in her belly. She's creating something. Something is being created here. Possibly in a new way. Okay. But it's time for you now to know that you are worthy of this, or to deepen into almost like the juiciness of what you do, or like getting more into it, gaining more confidence in what you provide. Okay. And I think things are going to start showing themselves to you, and maybe in a new way. Maybe maybe you feel lost, right? And so it's like there's some kind of throne. This could look at like an opportunity, or an opportunity could present itself, and you're like, this is maybe a new level I've not yet explored, or I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm capable of following this path or taking this opportunity. Okay, but I see you that something's presenting itself for a reason to you in March. Okay, it's to deepen you in your purpose, in your service, in what you do. You don't have to have everything figured out. Okay, it's time to just to take it, to sit on the throne, to sit in the opportunity, to try it out, and you're going to do just fine. And it's going to deepen you in your self-worth. And it's time to know that you truly are this thing. Okay, maybe you're a healer, maybe you work with people in some way, or maybe you're creative. Okay, but it's time for you to more like deepen into that knowing, and have more confidence in yourself, in how you show up. And maybe it's time to present yourself as this. Look, this is who I am, or this is what I do, or here's my business card, or it's finally official. Or it's about some opportunity coming to you, and you're like, that seems a little advanced, right? But it's like you're ready, and you're going to show yourself that you're ready. You're ready to take this on. Okay, that you're going to do just fine. All right. And we're going to get more. Yeah, it's almost like it's time for this thing, and for your soul, for yourself, to expand, to widen, to deepen within what you do. Okay, so we got this first image. These are just images, okay, that I intuitively read. So to me, this looks like one statue that is complete, standing, and another one that has been broken, okay? And then we have this image that fell out. It is two girls dancing, holding hands, having fun. I'm just going to get one more here to kind of complete this. Okay, so we have a mother holding her child. She's crying. She has a friend, like, consoling her. Okay, I'm just going to let these talk to me. Okay, I don't know if you seem like you're very supportive, or you're a support for people in one way or another. It's like you help people get themselves back together, or you give them support. You lend a hand. You're like a balance to people, okay? And I don't know if, like, maybe you were just doing that for people, and then this job opportunity comes up as like working in healthcare, or as a therapist or something, and you're like, I don't know if I can do that, but you're going to be incredible at it. Okay, there's something here where you're you're someone that people can lean on, and it's like you can put them back together. You can piece things back together for them. You can just hold them and make them feel better, make them feel supported. And you being in this position really, really solidifies yourself and your purpose. It's like, it really makes me feel like I'm in the right place doing the right things. Because it's like, this is what I do. This is what I'm good at. I don't know if you're like a grief counselor or something, or some kind of problem solver. I don't know. But it's like you give the support needed, or you give a hand, or you're like some kind of counterbalance. You say the right things, or just your presence helps people feel not alone or supported, or like you can help them put the pieces back together. Yeah, we have strength. That's it. You have a very rare strength. And maybe this is you working, it could be you working with children, and maybe a guidance counselor, in something like that. You're just this like support system. You talk to people. And so you help them figure things out, or you help them work something out. Yeah, Six of Cups. A lot of you could definitely work with children. Could be old people or children. It doesn't have to be, of course, but we get that a lot. Seven of Swords. Yeah, you're like this nurturing strength. Page of Pentacles. I wanted to come out as well. You're like this nurturing strength. Yeah, it's like you're just there, and you make people feel comfortable or blessed, or you're able to give tools. A lot of you are going to work with children. Doesn't have to be, but maybe this new opportunity, you're like, children, I work with, the elderly. I don't know about children. But your skills are going to be, they're definitely transferable. Okay, it's like a transferable skill that you have where you're like, this is a little bit different, but it's going to work beautifully. Okay. Yeah, it's like you're going to become this guide or this friend or this, I can lean on you, I can help you through this, and leads people down a happier, more positive path. It's like you lead them out of, I'm getting like, because we have the fox in the hen house, right? It's like a neglect. Okay, we have the farmer who he didn't do it right. And so the fox was able to come in. He didn't protect the hens in the right way. Okay, so there's something there where it's like someone maybe missed a step, or someone made a mistake in someone's life, or something happened, right? Where there was some kind of negligence, or something missed, or someone, maybe even without them knowing, without them realizing they did anything, okay? But it was able to have an ill effect on these hens, or on this person or these people. It opened the door to danger, okay? And so I see you being this person who kind of gives them a new grounded way of looking at things, or some kind of tool that helps them fix the problem that maybe was caused by someone else. Okay, sets them on a new path, a more stable path. Okay. And maybe it's just your support, your guidance, your ear, your listening, you're being there, you're showing up. Okay. Or how you know, your presence, how you're there. Okay. It makes them feel safe, heard, and it actually repairs something that was left unopened or unattended. Something that needed to be looked at or that has been neglected in their own lives, in their own minds. Maybe you're able to spot, hey, this is do you notice that you do this? Or what's this from? Why do you do this? Or why, you identify cycles that people are in, or they do subconscious things that they don't realize they're doing. Okay. And you become this help, this grounded, practical help of a positive path forward, where they see now, or they have new tools, they have, a new way, which is really, really cool. It's interesting. It's reminding me of someone I just had a reading with today, and I wonder if they picked this pile. So shout out to you if you know who you are. With this working with kids, it's kind of similar energy. It's interesting. Ruby with shine. It's time for me to shine. Yep. Self-worth. It's time for you to step up in a new way. It's time for you to be known as as this thing or this guide. Okay. Dioptasy. I have no idea how to say that. Dioptas. Love. I am love, and love is me. And we have Amber with ancestors. My ancestors are guiding and loving me now and always. I am open to receive their support and wisdom. Okay, so this self-worth is really key for you. It's time to really step into the knowing, allowing yourself to shine. And maybe that is putting your work out there, and maybe that is saying, like, being in that confidence of, I can do this, or this is what I do, right? Announcing that, or presenting as that. Okay, allowing yourself to be that and having the confidence that you know what you're doing, because you do. Okay. And that is very much tied with love. I am love, and love is me. That your love is your superpower, and that's not going to diminish or go away. That is your tool. That's how you help. That's what you present. And so you can be confident in that, right? That will always be there as long as you're allowing it, and as long as you're within your own self-love. Okay, that is the tool that you use to help others, and so you can have confidence in anything that is based on that, right? That your love will always be there, will always show up. It is you, and you are it. Okay. With the ancestors, it's like we see that here, actually. You have such support around you, guiding you. Okay. And that listening to your intuition, tapping in with that, because that's how they speak through you. If you're ever stuck, you don't know what to do, tap into that. You will be guided. Just trust, right? Trust. Maybe you don't understand, why did I just say that? But trust that you said it for a reason, that it's maybe what that person needed to hear. Or maybe it's not saying anything at all. Maybe it's just sitting and being there, right? You don't, like, kind of getting the mind out of it and saying, like, oh, this is uncomfortable, I should say something. It's like, maybe it's just silence is needed. Maybe it's just presence, right? And so if you're kind of lost, or you need juice and energy and love, connect in with your guides, with your ancestors, your angels. They are here to provide you with information and support and guidance, okay, when you need it. Because this is almost feels like a long line of ancestry, of work that you've done over lifetimes, and that maybe has been in your family line for a long time. Okay, because it does take a very particular strength or type of person to be able to support in this way, or just be, provide this amount of love to help people in their time of need, right? To guide them in a loving way forward. Just gonna take a supporter. Okay. Okay, so we have Baron of Coins, wasting money, loss of money, sham, charity. We have the Ace of Birds with family, multitasking, and togetherness. And we have Prince of Coins, charity, assistance, parenthood, fathers, children. Interesting. So we have one that's wasting money, loss of money, sham, someone like, ripping people off. And then we have this Prince, this charity, assistance, parenthood, fathers, children. Yeah, you play a role, and, sometimes it's within your own family. This, that is your service, is helping people in your own family. But you're here to act as family, even maybe for people who aren't your blood. It's like you're here to act as a guide, as family, as a mother or a father or a friend or a sister or a brother, or a cousin. You're meant to be this family to someone, or to people, maybe to children or to elderly, and maybe it doesn't have to be that. Maybe it's just people online or a certain community, and you guys all get together, okay? And you kind of help each other through things and share. But it's like you're here to provide things that were taken from people, or that they were scammed out of. And that could be scammed out of love. The family that they did have was supposed to love them in a certain way, and they were cheated of that. Maybe it is, a certain hurt or harm, or a certain lackfulness, right, that they had in their lives, or they feel in their selves. And it's like you're here to just be this person, this support, that it's like, I'm here, and I hear birds of feather flock together. Like, I'm here to be a family, family to you, or a friend to you. And just that alone, that's your charity, that's your service. That's how you provide service. Maybe you're just a friendly voice or a friendly face in a difficult place, or when someone's in a difficult spot, right? It just makes them feel less alone, or that life isn't so harsh, or that not every relationship's out to take from me, right? It's a thing where you allow people maybe to feel some kind of freedom or love and togetherness. And it helps them fly. It helps them, thrive and be able to maybe go off on their own and become something greater than maybe something that they would have been without your presence there. Okay. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Virgin Mother, the Empress, motherhood, caring, compassion, divine feminine. And we have the Fool, the path ahead, exactly, adventures, choices. You nurture people. And maybe if this is, let's say, I'm going to keep with this example, but plug it in where it fits, okay? You're helping out young people. We see that here with the baby, with the mother. You're nurturing a soul, right? You're helping the way forward, the pathway forward. I'm nurturing you. I'm giving you love, right? In my own way, in the way that, God has bestowed me with the ability to, in this specific way, right? That suits you, that is yours, so that they can find their own pathway forward, so that they have a better shot going forward. And so they can leave behind danger, or they don't have this dangerous fate anymore. They don't have this They don't have to, this is not their only choice. It's like you open a new doorway, a new pathway for them so that they can find themselves, find their own victory, their own success, their own path, right? You allow that to be possible. You give them that freedom by giving your love. Okay, it gives them that confidence, that self-worth, right? You give them the self-worth needed for them to find their own path, to find a new pathway in life, a way forward. Okay, because that might be something people are missing. And even if this, let's say, like I said, with the other example, the old people, they still, you know, they have a new, they're having a rebirth. They might be moving on to the next life, right? And so still, they need that nurturing. They need that love and that presence so that they feel safe and they can let go. To move on to the next adventure, the next pathway that's opening up for them, right? So very, very important work that you're doing, okay? And it might not look anything like, you know, children or elderly, but whatever your message is, or whatever the thing is that you do, your service that you provide, this is what you're doing, okay? Whether it's actually physically, you know, literally doing that, working with children, I mean, or it's like you putting out certain healing videos, or you know, you could be teaching, you know, it's gonna manifest differently for everybody, but that is the energy. This is what you're doing, okay? Or this is a new opportunity possibly coming in that allows you to really step up in this way. And that's a beautiful thing, and it's super necessary and extremely important. And yeah, I commend you greatly for the work that you do, for your service. Thank you. So yeah, that was your reading today. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you know about this or what you do. Be very interested to know. Yeah, and otherwise, if you did enjoy this reading, if it resonated, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another reading. And if you would like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading or an energy healing with me down in the description box. Okay, there's my website there. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile number 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your March predictions. This is what you need to know about the month ahead. All right, so you guys chose the Osho Tarot, the Hematite, and your numbers are 3, 10, and 9. All right. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start with this deck that you chose. Okay, we got a card already. So we have the 9 of Swords with sorrow. Okay. All right, and we have the Emperor with the Rebel. We have the 3 of Pentacles with guidance. We have the Page of Cups with understanding. And we have the 7 of Pentacles with patience. 111 on the timer there. Okay. So there's like a new pathway opening up that's leading you out of a feeling of worry, and feeling maybe held back or feeling trapped from maybe a life you wanted to live or a goal that you had. I see breaking the chains here. We're breaking the chains. We're coming out of the prison. We're coming out of a time. Our wings are gonna, you know, finally be able to flap and go. Something's finally ready to be birthed, okay? This is like the worry, the sorrow that we've had of like, is it ever gonna happen? Am I ever gonna get there? You know, when's it coming? Or, you know, is this actually real for me? Is this actually a possibility for me? Maybe it has to do with something that you want to build, okay, with the Three of Pentacles. Maybe it's a creative project, a business, a home, a space, a practice, perhaps. I see finally there's a breakthrough here, and you're actually able to take action and to take the lead. In a positive way forward. I think you're being guided, and there's either going to be a way forward shown, or there's going to be an inspiration, or there's going to be something that ignites the pathway forward. Okay. It might just be this happening. It's ready. There might, be someone who comes into your life or your space with a message or support in some way that allows you to feel safe enough to go, or allows this to be triggered, so that you can actually fly there, so you can actually go begin. So I see progress. I see actual action being taken on a exciting pathway, on an exciting maybe new adventure, or a new pathway, a new life or lifestyle. It's like it's finally ready. You've had so much patience. You've had to be very patient and wait, right? But that was because it was being made. It was gestating, right? And it was causing you. It's funny because we had the 9 here. It's like giving me the 9 months where, it's like you're having to wait for this baby, but you can't rush the baby. It's almost like, where's this baby? When is it getting here? Not knowing that it only takes 9 months, right? That after 9 months you'll have it. So it's like you're coming up on the 9th month, the birth month, right? It's going to be birthed in March, and it's allowing you out. It's allowing this to fly, to take off, for you to finally begin. Okay, we're going to take the same deck actually. Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords with Mind. We have Silence, which is the Star. Look how opposite these energies are. This is really going to silence your mind, I think. And look at that, 6 of Cups with the Dream. Yeah, it's like you've had this dream, you've had this thing, you've been visualizing, you've been wanting, right? You've been wanting. And it's like there's this feeling of like this, it's this dream, it's this wish, something I've been visualizing in my meditations. It's that perfect thing, right? This thing that I want so badly that is just, I'll be so happy. It's going to, I really do think, I don't think this is just wishful thinking. I think this truly is going to give you what you desire, and maybe a life you desire. Maybe it is a relationship, right? But it's like, it's coming out of more into the trust and more into the dream and almost like the miracles, and out of the mind. And that's why we've been worried. It's because we've been so much in the mind and trying to think logically and mechanically and like, when's it happening? How is it happening? Trying to make it happen or figure it out, when we didn't realize that this was just, it's part of nature. It has its timing. And so it's finally its timing where, and it's really going to silence your mind. It's really going to calm you down, because I think you're going to have a big dream, a big wish manifest in your life. And so it just proves to you the trust in the flow in the universe, that I don't have to make things happen, that things will just, it will happen when it's ready, that I just have to, visualize and put the dream or the vision out there, and it will be created. And it's created in silence and in peace and in meditation, and not in the struggle and the striving and the control. It's like, this is how I help create what I want, right? This is how I co-create with the universe. I'm not the one doing it. I'm just putting out the vision, right? The vision of my, what I desire, what I wish, right? The feeling that I want. I put that out. the mechanics of it is up to the universe, is up to God. I can't control that. I can't control how everything happens. I can't see the big picture. I can't maneuver that many things. I can't control anything outside of myself. What I can control is what I see, is my thoughts and my thought forms and my visions, right? My heart space and what that wants and tuning into that, right? And so that's how you figure it out. Okay. Here we go. This is how I meditate in calm, in silence, and in meditation. That is how dreams come true. That is how visions are made manifest. And now I know that it's not in the logistics and the control and the figuring it out. That I have to leave up to the master, okay? To God, to the universe. And that there's no point. And of course you have to take action, right? Of course you have to take action, like with the emperor here. The emperor knows he has to take action, right? Because he has to lead. He has a whole group of people who look to him for leadership, right? For direction. And he has to know what actions to take, right? That are going to be the best. But he listens to that intuition within himself, and he doesn't let worry of the when is it going to happen, right? And the overthinking, overdoing, get in the way. He uses his masculine force, like the fire, the urge, the inspiration to guide him. Yeah, it's like, will this move? You know, is this in cohesion? Is this in harmony with the vision, with the greater vision of what I see, right? And so this is the overthinking of how, when, why isn't it here? You know, that kind of stuff, which doesn't make it go any faster. There, I got one in here I'm not supposed to have. Okay. Okay, we're good. All right. So we have confusion. Yeah, again with this kind of confusion. Too much in the mind, too much worry. Right? We can't see the way forward. So it's really clouding up our mind. And then look, we have completion. Completing that. Faith. Key player here, faith. And we have workaholic. Okay, so I feel like this workaholic and this mind and the confusion and the worry, those are all related, right? It's like you feel like you have to always work or always make progress or do, right? When it's almost like you're doing too much and you need to relax and allow and, you know, just keep the vision in the mind, right? And so I think that's what you're learning, but this is completing. Okay, we're putting that to rest. Okay, we're putting it down. We're putting down the heaviness. We're moving out of the worry and the overthinking and needing, you know, doing too much, needing to put in so much efforting. Okay, and feeling like we have to be the one to do it or force it. And we're coming into faith. We're coming into faith that even what seems like an obstacle in our path is merely, you know, a tool used by the higher powers, by angels, by guides, you know, as not a blockage of like, it's a no, but it's just something that we have to get around, or it's showing us something, right? It's divine guidance. It's divine redirection. Okay. Yeah. So like, I really feel like having this dream come true allows this completion of this workaholicism, or this confusion, this overthinking, this having to try to figure it out or know all the answers all the time. And we're able now to just walk in faith. Wow, it's going to be such a great example, or such a great showing of the faith, of the way that miraculous things happen, of the way that, things get birthed, that what we want to birth onto earth it has its own time. It needs to come into the ripeness of what it is before it can come through, before it can be manifest on earth. And so this is going to be a great show of faith, and we're going to be able to walk in faith much easier, okay, with this completion, with putting to rest. It's going to put to rest this overdoing, overthinking, trying to make happen, doing maybe too much, right? Or trying to force something before it's ready. All right. And yeah, it's just going to be this great evidence. Wow. It was working for me the whole time. I was always looked out for. It did come, in a way that was way better than I could have expected. And so I'm glad I didn't have control over it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Queen of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, it's almost like there needs to be a cleaning up of the thoughts. It's like, yes, strategy is good. It's important, right? With the Queen of Swords and the chessboard. It's, yes, and also there is a message of, we can't always see all of the moves that are being made, right? We can't always see the moves being made behind the scenes. And so it can feel our own minds get a limited view. And so we get kind of caught up in the limited viewpoints, the limited thinking, because we don't see all the moves being made on the chessboard, right? The big picture all the time. And so we think we're just caught up back here, but we don't know we're about to be moved all the way across the board, right? Four of Wands, yeah. And there's a message here as well of the mind isn't to be used in a way that overcrowds it, and we have all of these limiting thoughts and worry. It's meant to be used in a strategic way so that when something is presented, a move is made, we can move equally and strongly, right? It's not like thinking about, and they say, think 5 moves ahead, but that's not always a good strategy, right? Sometimes you can get caught up in the overthinking of it, or freeze yourself into unmoving because of the overwhelm of all of the moves that you think about making, right? So sometimes you have to calm the mind, make the move, one move at a time, right? When a move is made, you make a move. So you're not overdoing the thoughts and not moving, right? Keeping yourself or staying stuck or trapping yourself into stagnancy, okay? But then there's it's like the rush or the feeling like you have to move now or it won't happen, or trying to control the moves where before anything's presented to you, right? Where you're moving ahead of your turn. Okay. So it's like this fine balance we have to find. right? In this life and how things are created. It's like we do have to use the mind in a smart way to know when to move, but not move before it's our time to move. Okay, but the Four of Wands, it is time. Okay, the Four of Wands talks about a big milestone, a big sense of freedom. Could talk about a new home, connecting with a new community. It's like, it's a moment of celebration of, wow, you know, it could be a wedding, like finally, you know, coming into that loving connection relationship. It's a big moment as far as maybe you are opening your own store or your own shop, or, you know, finally getting the funding to start your business. It's finally taking off, or you finally get you finally get the home that you've been looking for. You finally get the loan that you've been wanting, right? It's something that helps within your stability, within something that you've been trying to make happen for a while, and you felt a bit stuck. I'm just gonna take a sip. Okay, we're gonna get you guys one last message here. So yeah, there's a big dream coming true, and you're gonna see all the moves and why every move had to be made, when it did, and how it did. Okay, you are gonna get a bird's eye view, a big picture of the kind of the story now, and how you thought you were stuck, but you weren't. You were just being, you know, things were being moved. Okay, so we have, these are just photos. So these are two men. One is walking behind the other with something behind his back. We're gonna get more here. I don't know if this is like a weapon or it's something positive. We're gonna get more clarity here. Oh, look at that. The hand with the eye and the triangle. Uh-huh. And then we have a rope with knots. Bottom we have this woman with a reflection, and again with the eye. So it's almost like you're going to connect in more with your intuition. Okay, and I really feel like within being in harmony with creation, with destiny, right, with that faith. But knowing that, and it was like, I did feel it the whole time. Like I did know that it was happening. And so kind of deepening in that trust, but I also feel like there might be a really good, with this thing happening, an awakening within you. It allows you to see more, open your eyes to, maybe your third eye, to something greater. It like triggers an awakening, an opening. It maybe, you know, untangles a lot of knots within you, within your mind, and things that felt overwhelming before or unseen, right? It's like everything's going to come unraveled and be seen and be heard, be felt. And now I feel like you're going to start trusting your intuition more. It's going to allow you, it's going to give you that evidence to trust in yourself, in what you feel and what you're guided toward more, because it's going to be such a big happening for you. It's like, it's like there's this surprise or this something that you can't quite see yet, but you feel it. And you can see this person turning their head because they can feel something's about to happen, right? You can sense it, you know it. And so it's just like the mind is getting in the way and making tangles within the connection, within like, this almost reminds me of like a telephone wire all tangled up. But if we just straightened it out, right, it would be a more clear connection. It's just like the mind, the worry, it's jumbling the connection to our sight or to our intuition. Okay, but I really feel like that's coming untangled with this thing, because it's something so big that we've been feeling for maybe a long time, or been imagining or wanting. And so it helps everything come into clear view, into vision, and deepens that trust and that knowing within ourselves of, yes, I knew it. I knew it was there, right? I just needed that, you know, and it finally manifests, and there it is. And yeah, it proves a lot of things to you. Okay. So that was your message, your March message that you needed to hear, pile number 3, an amazing reading. I loved this message very much. So please let me know in the comments if this resonated with you. Yeah, if you want to share anything about the path or what this is for you, please do. If this reading resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation or receive an energy healing from me, you can book that down in the description box on my website. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile 3. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your March prediction reading. This is what you need to know about your month ahead. You guys chose the Howlite, the Matchbox Tarot, and numbers 8, 11, and 2. All right, this is the deck we're going to start with for you guys today. This is my deck. Yeah, if you're interested in purchasing one, you can do so down below. Shipping is free. Okay. All right, wow. Straight out the gate, you got death. So let's see more about that. You have the 2 of Cups. You have the 9 of Wands. Ace of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. So, okay, so you're either going through a transformation in March. I think you are. There's a transformation happening around maybe a connection or around some kind of partnership or something that you really love. So this could be a career. There's a transformation going on because there was something found that was toxic, that was unhealthy. Okay, there was something discovered that it was like, okay, I'm glad I found this out, or I'm glad I saw this. I'm glad that it was brought up, because it allows for this transformation to happen. It allows us to start a new page, to write, or to create going forward in a new way, which is actually going to lead us to a lot of positivity, a lot of progress. Knight of Swords. It's like it gives clarity to the pathway forward. It almost allows for this, yeah, a blank slate or a new page, in which now we're able to create something in a better form, okay, going forward with clarity and with, yeah, determination. And it allows things to go fast, okay? It allows things to progress faster in a positive direction, okay? It's like, yes, we discovered something maybe that was unhealthy in some way, right? But it gives a positive transformation within a connection or within something that we are drawn to, okay? And like, okay, so let's say it's drawing, right? Let's say you're an artist and this thing is your art, or it's your creative business. And you discover that a tool that you've been using is actually toxic for you, or is not good for you, and you end up finding like a healthier alternative, right, to that tool or to that paint or whatever it is, right? So it ends up being a very positive thing. It ends up being a blessing. But at first you're like, oh man, what am I gonna do? You know, that's no good. Or you find out your business partner's doing something wrong on the computer. They're inputting something wrong. And so at first you're like, well, this is a huge mistake, or this needs improved. Okay. And, but then it leads to a more efficient system, because you're like, hey, at least we caught it. At least we figured it out. You have the star, so there's hope and healing from this. It brings like a new sense of hope, and also new clarity of direction. It's like very positive. Knight of Cups. Yeah, it almost feels like it's allowed now to be healthier. It's good. It's like it allows you and this other party to self-reflect, okay? But to bring into a healthier new position, right? Into healing, into closeness, or onto a more positive pathway forward, okay? Where now it's clear and it's open and it feels more hopeful and more positive. It's like the sky, or the way forward, is made even brighter than before, which is really nice. Yeah, the Empress at the bottom of the deck, and the Page of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's like standing up for your rights in some way. Okay, leads to this new beginning, into a new, more prosperous beginning, with more support, feeling more nurtured, feeling being able to maybe nurture ourselves, or nurture this relationship, or this other thing, or this person in a more full way. Is by standing up for maybe your rights, or what you believe, or finding something, showing something, shining the light onto something. And maybe this is like you and your boss, and you're like, hey, look, I noticed that you've been skimming a little bit off my paycheck every week, or I haven't been being paid what you said I would be paid. And they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea, right? I had no idea. I didn't realize I was doing that. I'm so sorry. It must be, a mistake. And it gets cleared up. And then it brightens the way forward. It makes something that felt maybe negative at first, something super positive. And actually, they're like, hey, you're really smart the way you caught that, or how'd you figure that out? And it leads to maybe an upgrade, a bigger job, or something like that, or just deeper trust in each other, in a more healthy work environment. Yeah, forgiveness. That's beautiful. That's it. Something that's like, something might be found, or maybe, it's like, hey, pointing something out, this is not good, or I noticed this, or, maybe it's something that your partner does or whatever, doesn't do. And then, but then there's forgiveness found. There's peace found. There's forgiveness here, where we end up solving it. We end up resolving the issue or coming back together and stronger, okay, in a deeper way. And yeah, and it's like, and it feels good. It feels resolved. It feels even more hopeful, even more bright, even more loving, and positive going forward. There's forgiveness found. Yeah. So we have victim. So there might be some kind of victim mentality or victimhood being felt. And then there's rejection here. Maybe someone feels rejected. Or someone's thoughts are getting, clouded or in their mind. Okay. And so we kind of maybe have to find forgiveness in that other person or in ourselves or both. But I do see that happening. Okay. Do see that happening. Okay, we have the, these are just images, by the way. So we have what are these called? Sand timer? Something like that. It always reminds me of Wizard of Oz. I think it's Wizard of Oz. Yeah, where she only has so long. We'll get more on that. Okay, so we have this image, which looks like smoke. It was like almost, it's like it was a matter of time. It was a matter of time. And then we have the chess piece. Okay, this person holding a chess piece, or grabbing a chess piece, or moving, making a move with a chess piece. At the bottom of the deck, we have this lady swimming. And that makes me think of, playing chess, and each person has a bit of time, right? And you have to click your time. So it was almost, I almost feel like it was like there were smoke signals, there was something that needed to be addressed, or it was a certain, it was only a matter of time before this move was made, or this was, uncovered, or, but whatever it was like it was smoking, right? It was alerting to a fire, to an issue, right? And then, but I really feel like it's allowing the next moves to be made, or the next moves to be made clear, as a way forward to be made clear. I get one more actually for that. It's like two people playing, two people strategizing. Bottom, we have this person pulling a mask out of a cage. And we have this woman sitting here, and there's a shadow, dark shadow behind her. Yeah, it's almost like there was something alerting your attention. There was some kind of dark shadow that needed to be addressed, or there was something like on your mind. And it was only a matter of time before it was needed to be addressed or discovered, or, needed to be dealt with. And it was like, I don't know, you made your move, or you made a move, or something like that. Okay. Maybe something, yeah, it was something that you wanted, that's been on your mind. Yeah. Tiger's eye, courage. I'm courageous, and this energy supports me throughout my life. You had, it's like, yeah, it took courage to maybe address this, or to, maybe you had to say something. Maybe you had to address something. Maybe you had to turn and look at something, right? And be honest with yourself or with this other person or this other party. Okay. And yeah, so it took courage, but it's good. Your courage is getting paid. It's going to be paid off. Fire agate, creativity. I allow the creativity of my soul to shine throughout my world, through my world. Yeah, maybe this is you presenting something of your own creation to a person or a boss, you know, of like, hey, I really like you to see this, or what do you think of this, or they really like to put this on the website, or something like that. And you finally have to have the courage, right? It's a matter of time. I'm kind of avoiding something. I want to do something. There's a move I want to make, right? And I need the courage in order to do it. And it's like, I finally do it, right? I finally find the courage, or I finally see that I've been holding myself back, or, you know, or I need to do this now or never, right? It's now the time is here. I'm getting that, and I think it's Ann Peebles' song. Deep shadows surround me, oh yeah. I think it's called Shadows. You don't want to hear me sing it, but look her up and you can hear the song. It's good. Princess of Berries, courtship, love, romance, relationship. Yeah, so again, we have the imagery and, you know, us pointing to a certain kind of relationship here. So that could definitely be a message for some. Knight of Birds, adventure, excitement, movement. There we go. We have the movement again, the movement forward. Prince of Skates, indecision, too many options, balance, pleasure. And sin of gluttony, food, eating, consumption, and cooking. Yeah, okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Vessels, acquired wealth, bossiness, poor manager. So it's almost like someone was indulging too much in something. Okay. Yeah, they were maybe indulging themselves, or they were a little too caught up in what they do. We have poor manager. This could literally be talking about a boss for some. Okay, bossiness. Maybe, yeah, maybe you need to kind of address something with someone and be like, hey, look, you know, I've been finding this, or this has been making me feel this way, or, you know, I don't feel respected in this company, or the way you do this kind of makes me feel this way, or whatever. Right, and we have some nudity here. Hold on. Yeah, so it's like addressing something that you were noticing. Maybe, hey, I have way too much of the workload here. Would you mind helping me? Would you mind, you know, helping me carry this load, or could you cut down on my hours, right? Something like that. Okay. Balance, pleasure, finding more balance so that this is more pleasurable for everybody. So this experience is equally pleasurable for everybody, right? So splitting up the workload, or, you know, giving more time off or something like that. It's like someone was indulging too much and not sharing, or not taking on. Okay. But this is being solved, it's being resolved, and the way forward, okay, it opens up this pathway forward. We're able to now move in this really positive new direction. The new adventure opens up, and movement is now able to be made in a very positive, beautiful way that is beneficial for both. It was just like we were trying to find our footing, trying to find the balance of this thing, and then finally movement comes in. Finally we find it, right? We kind of cut the fat, we find the balance, and we're able to move forward. Yeah, because I see it's just like it is a positive relationship, or it's a positive thing that you're involved in. Just someone maybe let something get to their head or something like that. Divine masculine, electric, active power, and deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences. Okay. Yeah. Circle of eternal joy, timelessness, dance of life. Again, we have that time. So yeah, it's almost like someone's coming into their divine masculine power, or this is what gets triggered, okay? And it's funny because it's balanced out with this deep emotion, which is like a feminine power, okay? Unknown feelings, maybe there's something unknown that they didn't maybe know that you felt, or wasn't made aware. This could also be something that was unconscious for them, okay, that they were doing, past life influences. Maybe this is something that they've been doing for many lifetimes, okay? And maybe you're the correct balance to put them into their divine power, okay, to step into the activeness or their divine masculine. Maybe it's divine feminine for some, okay? But yeah, it's like there was action needing to be taken, and it's like you were able to recognize something, or something was able to be recognized that was maybe unconscious to that other person, or something they've been fighting with for this lifetime or many lifetimes. And maybe you guys have had some kind of karmic tie for a long time, and this is the lifetime in which that gets solved and resolved, and you're able to move forward in freedom, in more balance, in love. Okay. Okay, we're going to get one last message. Yeah, so there's rejection. Okay. And impasse. Growth. It's almost like there is voices in this person's head, or they're carrying what people think, or they had these voices talking to them of maybe, you know, oh, this should be done a certain way or something like that. But there was like some kind of blockage within their mind, within how they talked to themselves, or what they believed, or what ideas were put in their head. Okay, created some kind of blockage here. But there's growth. Okay, there's growth, there's healing, there's movement. We're growing out of the blockage. There was something that was holding them back, or holding this thing, their work back, or your work back, okay, from being all that it can be, okay? And it was because there were certain, maybe fears of rejection, voices of rejection from the past, of you can't do that, or you don't have the skill. Yeah, all voices like that were blocking the progress, blocking the growth, okay? And maybe, yeah, you were afraid to bring up something because of fear of rejection, because of fear of, you know, of being blocked or being rejected, or not going anywhere, Okay, but there was something here blocking the path that needed to be addressed. And now that it is, or now that it will be, there's growth here. There's able to be new growth in a very positive way. Okay, it's very abundant and beautiful. And then we have faith, having faith, right? That this is not a blockage. This is not a wall. This is just something to step over, something to be addressed and to move on from, to step over, right? It is, you are being guided. You can have faith that this is still moving you. It's moving you in a very positive way, that this is not a blockade. This is merely a little stepping stone, something to be addressed and moved on from. Okay. Yeah, moving into much more joy, which is beautiful. Okay, so that was your reading, pile number 4. What a beautiful one it was. Yeah, please let me know in the comments if you know what this is. You might not, you know, it might happen sometime in March, but come back if you feel if you feel like doing that. Please do. It's like, it just sometimes feels scary because we're afraid, oh my gosh, this person gonna fire me? Am I gonna get, rejected from this thing? Are they not gonna allow me to go forward, move forward with this? Is this going to end everything? Right? It's like this moon, this unknown, this kind of scary territory that we're moving into. But the outcome is something very positive and very beautiful and needed. Okay. So yeah, it leads to a lot more joy and fun. Okay. So thank you again. If you did resonate with this reading, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation or have an energy healing with me, you can do so by booking that down in the description box on my website. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile number 4. All of my love. Peace.